Join Kyyberi to the 1-month journey to Solver World.
Alright, now it's working. Have to restart the whole thing. Because I don't know why, but the software doesn't like my monitor. So it loses it every now and then. Here I'm going to stab. It looks like this guy is just timing out here. He cannot have such a hard decision. Flop goes check, check, check. So most likely he's just timing out, so he's away. So PLO. PLO then 4 tables running once. There has been some stability issues and now he mean don't. I'm going to actually raise. We're risking 59 to win 89. So he doesn't need to fold much and we have the open ender as a backup. Well, that doesn't look like a jack. That's more of a, yeah, just like that. Picking up the pot. And I had a couple of tables there waiting if we could get full tables. It's then here. Let's put some music. And what he had just a draw. Right. So some late night streaming. Here we have the nuts. No action. So some late night PLO. And just grinding some range back. There's 101 promotion and run it once. Some stability issues, but I think we can manage. Another option is to play in party poker, but I prefer running it once over party poker. Interesting spot here. Flop goes check, check, check. And now button decides to pot. But he checked back the flop. Sounds weird. And that's sort of a stare card for him. And he pots again. Jacks with spades. Really weird. Could be bluffing the turn with a lot of draws and then just pot. Weird hand indeed. So let's pay attention to Rex, who's a bit of a strange player. That line was weird. Pair and 2 backdoor flush draws. We could go aggressive or we could go passive. We shouldn't be too much behind of anything. So I'm going. The other option is to check and see if the turn improves, but problem is that even if a heart comes and he pots, it's really hard. So let's just gamble here. Oh, he has the set. Oh boy. 8896. So what are the odds? And gamble time here. There's some splash money, and then everyone just gets it in. And we have a cut shot. Nice turn. We actually have more outs, but can't hit anything. And I don't know why they shoved this pre-flop. They have crap. It's like when there's splash money, people go bananas. So we're 2 binds down. Fade 2 big hands. But people making 3 bets with queen 3 3 and 4 bets with ace king crap. Oh man. Looks like Alfred is going bananas here. And we don't hit anything. That's the sad part. Ace is here with bottom pair. I'm going to check back and see if the turn helps us. And now we can just bet for small protection. Two hands, 2 binds down. But yeah, Rex, weird player, then decides to call the 3-bet with pocket eights and hits a set. Overpair with a cut shot. Nice raise, put pressure on his overpairs. And then, oh man, then he happens to have a hand. And if he shows some try kings, it's going to suck the world. Oh, he has the set, of course. Ah, that was a lucky river. But ace king 9-9, people are hitting. I mean, uh, that was lucky river for us. But people are hitting their hands. King 9-9 rainbow. And of course he hits the top set. We got lucky there. But that's less than 200 pp pot. But it's still jackpot time. Going to add 25 cents to jackpot. Um, Now he bets big. Well, we have a wrap. It's not enough to raise, but it's definitely enough to call. And then the river. Would he be bluffing the river? We're blocking the queens. Yep, that was not because the thing is that we are blocking the queens, and we shouldn't have. When we call, we are very very top of our range, and he shouldn't bet aces or kings on the river. That's the main concern there. That what if he bets pocket kings for value or aces? But other than that, he shouldn't have a hand that he's betting the river often enough. And I'm going to open one more table if we can get a full one. I hate these three-handed. There's PLO 20 table. Running through. So let's remove that one. Now I'm going to sit on PLO 20. And then we can change that one. We need more music. And now that's the proper Through Fire and Flames. Yesterday we had the Nintendo version and it was awful. Yeah, Sunday evening is probably weird time to stream. So Flash Hype is correct, but I don't play tournaments. I hate tournaments. So I'm playing PLO and I had some spare time and I wanted to play, so why not stream? Those watch who will watch and the rest will not. But also in a streamer promotion, I need to get a certain amount of viewing hours per month and streaming hours. So that's one reason. And there's a requirement to stream only Runitonce tables as a default. And sometimes that's hard to get because there are no tables open. So now when there's actual traffic, I need to put hours. At least we have content for YouTube. We're one follower away from 100. We need one more. So one more follower and jackpot goes up by 5. Oh, I forgot to add the 25 cents. Updated. Bada boom. Flop the flush. Two pairs. It says the check call. And it's blind versus blind, so we wait for a while. He has a bluff, or then he has the nut flush. If he bets the river, it's so polarizing, but blind versus blind, unknown, can't fold. And he had a king high flush with that. He goes for 3 streets. But it's not that common that you flop flush versus flush, blind versus blind, so. And all these wannabe chain and players barreling 3 streets with a not flush blocker. I want to get a seat on the full PLO 20 table. But I only get 2 short-handed ones. All right. Well, let's see how the tables turn out. And I got 2 PLO 20 tables here, but they are 3-handed. And there's one full table, but I just can't join it. Missing everything on every table. Some aces here. And decent flop. On the outside table, we call a 3-bet, flop is black, and then on the turn, we hit the wrap and flush draw. I'm going to show it to you here on the middle. Let's just put it up here. And he folds. Nice. And now there's a lot of action going on. Yeah, Father's Day in many countries. I saw on Twitter where Runitonce training side was asking, how do you celebrate Father's Day? And it was 11 p.m. here. And I was like, oh man, Father's Day. And I had to check Google. And here in Finland, Father's Day is on November. So I thought that, oh man, I forgot it. But I didn't. So in other countries, it is. And those who play tournaments, Sunday is the fun day. But tournaments are not for me. I hate the idea of not knowing when the session stops. I like cash games. I can stop if I feel so. But in tournaments, you don't know. And if you play those with the big fields, then it might take forever. And then you play 5 or 6 hours tournament and bubble out and you get nothing. And then, of course, if you play 30 tournaments an evening, the variance is not that sick, but tournaments are for tournaments players. We hit 100 followers. Thank you, Duralas. Or how do you pronounce that? That was the 100. If no one has unfollowed in the last 15 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, the jackpot goes up $5. Some extra fun. It's 28 now. So it's time for Deralte to come and win the jackpot. Some aces here. Horrible flop. SPR2. If the four was a 3, I would just shove it here, but that's too horrible. Oh, now we've got 2 PLO 20s running with 4 players each and 5 on the other. Which one of... I'm going to see out this one. And then I'm going to move this one. So some changes on the tables. I will put the PLO 20s to the top and PLO 10s to the bottom. Just a second. Okay, now we got the spot. So that, oh, that's PLO 10. Sorry, there's PLO 20. So now there's the PLO 20s on the top, PLO 10s on the bottom. I often watch those MTT streams from Finnish poker pros, not pros. Well, some of them are pros, but some of them are just recreationals. And often when I'm doing something else, here the 9 blockers are quite useful because we can barrel almost any turn on that board. And it's just fold, which is nice. And on PLO then, we shouldn't be very concerned of having unbalanced check back range. Because I'm very confident that 99% of players doesn't exploit us, even if our check back range is capped and weak. I would say that even in PLO 20, you no need to do that. Maybe versus the toughest Rex, you want to be more balanced, and that's pretty much the topic of the month. Solver versus small stakes, but rough tables on PLO 20, 25, and then most tables on PLO 50. That's when things change. Not sure on running ones where it's almost anonymous. Because you can be very aggressive, and it takes time, especially without the HUD, until someone notices that what your strategy is. And still, most players are playing 4 tables and pretty much looking at their own cards more than making a lot of notes. Especially, I think that when the notes disappear after a certain amount of time, then I think that most people are quite lazy to make notes. So I think that many players don't make notes on run it once. Oh man. Do we get the odds? We have 6 outs to nuts, which is one out of 6.5. We need some implied odds. Alright. Ugh, so close. Fuck. We would have been. It's just to crawl to. Oh, he bets. We would have cut those implied odds unless he has the ace jack too. I hope he shows ace jack and I don't feel bad about the phone. Maybe he has aces blocker. Harris is going to fold. He doesn't have the straight. Uh, the idea of song requests is to have people a chance to interact with the stream and request their own music what they like. That's the idea. But yeah, logically thinking, everyone should open their own Spotify or whatever and just play the music they like. But of the streams that use song request, I've seen that people use it. It's always nice if you hear your request on the stream. But yeah, you don't have to use it. And then a lot of streamers don't use it. They want to listen to their own music, and but I haven't heard anyone complaining. The only thing was yesterday when one guy said that too much, I'm out, because the song was so bad. But it was top and bottom. Let's write it slowly. And I don't think he has ace queen ace 7 when he checks, so but we bet for protection. And it's nice to know that on ace high board he's one and done. So we can float him a lot. Tight one. Normally I would just call here, but he's a tight one, which makes his range kind of pocket pair heavy, which really increases our equity. And on those low boards, like this one, I think we can get value from pocket kings. Well, Notepad++ has a problem. It doesn't know who the player is. You can run it once. Let's say here I make notes out of Sam. Like, woohoo! That's our note. So we have a note on Sam saying woohoo. Now, if Sam leaves, but comes back to this table, he's going to have the same nickname, and the note will be there if he hasn't been away for 4 hours. Or if I leave and come back here within 4 hours, I will still have these same notes here. But if I leave and come back without the notes, if the notes are in Notepad, then I cannot be sure that Sam is the same Sam that it was before, because there's only a limited amount of names available. Yeah, I had, what was the note? I think I had sticky notes that I used in Unibet. Because there's no, you cannot make notes on the software, and there wasn't had allowed. So I made some sticky notes because there's a lot of people who doesn't change their nicknames. See, Geralt is using the song request. If you have an account on Party Poker, then tomorrow is screen name change day, which means that how many nuts is this? This is the third nuts. And now if the board pairs, then I don't even know how many nuts we have. 15 nuts or something. Oh, we can call nice. We have the fourth nuts. I think it's worth a value bet. But if he raises, it's a fold. And he had a 10 high flush. 10-6. Oh, Notepad++. That's high-tech software. Before that, we had just the Notepad on Windows. Notepad is nuts. Notepad++ is for all the youngsters. Overpair, cut shot, backdoor flush draw versus aggressive player. It's definitely easy. If he bets now with overpair with call, he's probably stabbing here often, and then that river should be scare card for him. He's representing full house, but I don't have a full house ever here. Let's see how it goes. Weird hand. Oh, he had a deuce. He's value betting trips on the river. That's a bit weird. I would have assumed that he would check that. I don't know if that was a bluff versus straight. Okay. That is probably a good card because it slows him down. Because if a side player starts to barrel, oh, I'm going to fold to the river. That's going to be pillar flush or full house. 1 out of 1 times. Here versus the acro, we get a nice turn. But I don't see the player IDs. We don't have player IDs ever. I don't know who's who. Then we have a 100 BP splash, and this is something I really hate. I hope everyone leaves because I don't want to put 300 BP. 150 BPs in with try kings. Danny, don't do anything stupid, Danny. Don't fuck this up. Danny, please don't. Danny! Ah, thank God. So now it's like just an SPR 1.5 5 ways. And he bets $1. Oh, the splash money is not counted to the pot. Oh man, this is sick. This is like a limit PLO. Well, now they can bet €5. Oh, we have the nut blockers, but we are not going to use those ones. Yeah, we're out. I hope one of these guys have a hand. Oh, he had the set. Yeah, we flop 2 pairs versus acro. And river really doesn't change much. So he shouldn't bet here most of his hands. And he has a 7-9. Yeah, and Rio knows you don't know who the opponent is. There's no player IDs because the avatar name changes every time the session. Nice flop. No action. Yeah, the notes last 4 hours from the point when either one of you sit out on the table. So if you're playing the session, they are there, but when either one leaves, that's when the 4 hour timer starts to go. And now the waiting game continues. The get hands. We might do something with this one. What does Shasha do? He 3 bets. That's a nice flop. Uh, I don't need protection. He shouldn't hit this board ever. So if I raise, he's just going to fold. And now when he checks and we bet, it looks more like a bluff. So let's go for maximum. If he has aces with hearts, he's going to stack off. And at least he's thinking. So we are not too far away. Bummer. Yeah, you can do a lot of notes, but I like the notes to be on the software or then on the HUD. If possible, like on PokerStars, I make all the notes to the HUD. Because then if I need to change a computer, I just take my HUD database. But if I have a new computer and I install new PokerStars there, it doesn't bring up the notes, and I don't know how to take them from the old computer. So that's always sucks. That's why I put them on the HUD, so it will always be with me. But Party Poker, the screen names are changed, and probably they will have this no HUD policy too. And that seems to be the trend now that everyone goes for anonymous sites, and that's what we have to live with. So we play anonymous. I don't mind. When you play with anonymous, uh, in small stakes player pool, I think my edge goes up. I don't know. Even with HUDs, what I have worked with small stakes players and rails, most of them don't really use the HUD with a lot of potential. Oh, this is borderline. Even with solver, this is borderline. King 6-5 on the big one. On any other position, it would be a 3-bet. And if it was King 5-4, it would be just a call because I just checked it. And versus the Acro, we're stacking off. I don't know if I want him to raise or fold, to be honest. I would be happy to pick up. Oh, now we had 2 flush draws, so. Hallelujah. What does he have? He has Queen 3 with the nut flush. Oh, that's a nice turn for him. Oh, that's a nice spot. Too bad. Damn, my poker shoes is still not working. Because there's a problem. And I've sent message to their support, but haven't got reply, so I haven't got it fixed. Yep, can't open it. Yep. So we cannot check what my equity was. It would be easy with poker shoes, just copy paste, but it doesn't work. Oh, how much was that? Oh, that's over 300 pp pot, so that's going to be, I can't remember. Well, let's put $2 to jackpot. I think it might be. That's what you get when you change your jackpot rules. Can't even remember how much to add. But I think, or was it 150 over 200 pp? But that was 300 pp pot, so we put $2, so we're over 30. So Mr. Deraltner, it's up for grabs. You've scooped all the jackpots earlier. Wrap with the middle pair and preflop opener checks. Oh, we're definitely betting this one. Solver plus probably checks, but I don't. I pick up the pot with pair of eights, and I'm happy about it. We're sleeping here. We are like not raising juniors. Sleepy dudes. No raise. This is very bad for even our range. But he's tight, so he's not adjusting to anything I do. We can just bet here for value and protection. And if he folds, we're happy. Let's pick up the pots. And if he calls, we have equity. And he raises, so we can win. Yeah, party have the note still, but tomorrow everyone can change their nickname. And everyone who changed their nickname, there's going to be a lot of raffles. And when you change your nickname, you will get a raffle ticket, and you can win. Was the jackpot 10,000 or something? So they are encouraging everyone to change. And then tomorrow, starting 12 on the afternoon, every hour when you raise at least 10 cents, if I remember right. So if you raise 10 cents during the hour, then after the hour you get one of those raffle tickets too, and you can win free roll tickets, you can win tournament tickets, spin tickets, money. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So everyone should change their nickname. There's no reason why you shouldn't, and everyone else is going to. So all the old notes on Party Poker, you can throw them away. That's why they do that, and then they will have this no hot policy probably starting tomorrow too, which means that no one has information on anyone. And only the ones who use banned softwares will have the edge with HUD. And I think there are it's not commercial software, but there are softwares you can read the screen. I don't know if the technique is screen scraping. Oh, this is looking bad unless we get a miracle flop. Oh, that's almost. Inside wrap to nuts with 2 backdoor flush draws. That's 9 outs to nuts. And small bet. Oh man. And we can shove the turn if we hit. That's perfect. And he's not folding aces for sure. And we hold up. We have the nuts. Come to daddy. What? He has 10-9. Oh man. Oh, it was so. Oh, he should fold and save those monies. Oh man, it's party now. Why we net on? Oh, it was sideways. Oh, it was over 300 pp pot. So we add another $2. Gerald, the jackpot is going up. So that's the video when the jackpot goes up. I haven't made. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. Why he bet so small? Why he dunk so small? I want to raise it up. I want to get the money in on the turn while they're What? So it's okay to dunk $1. It's okay to call, and then when I raise, instafold, instafold. I don't know what hand you call and dunk, but instafold to a raise it without even thinking. When there's all the dead money of the splash. Oh, I thought they were a bit stronger. And about the anonymous poker. Oh, tomorrow we could do a Visins, because on the daytime there's no games running. And I have a day off tomorrow and it's Tuesday. We could do a Visins session on the afternoon. I just don't know time. I had a plan to go fishing in the morning, but probably I'm sleeping late. So not sure. But if I remember to record it, I will upload it to YouTube/Kyyberi. So you can check it there tomorrow evening if you miss it. But those vision sessions are fun. We should do some kind of pointer how many I can write. Or on how many occasions visions plays differently than on the aggressive small scale strategy we do. And interesting flop. So I was talking about, I don't know, do I like anonymous poker or not? Because one of the concerns, or pretty much the only concern I have, is that when the games are anonymous and you don't have any HUDs, then the problem is going to be that, let's bet for value. The problem is going to be that then we have to trust the site to catch. Oh, we did win. He called with queen then. Oh, he had trip 10, so that should be a fold on river, dude. Party won't be anonymous. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it goes. Yeah, if you can make notes and the screen mesh doesn't change, then it's good. I like that. It's like online poker before the HUDs came. You had to make notes. You have to play. So that would be nice. And then I really like the Runitonce approach. That you will get the hand histories later, and then you can import them to Poker Tracker, and you can you can check your own stats and game, and it's great for learning. Side one, flop goes check, check, and he bets the turn. If he bets the river, I'm going to fold for sure. Let's see what he has. And there's the straight on the turn. He bets straight when the flush completes. Wow. So I like to run ones that you can the hand history. You can import your own hands and see your own stats and sort of refine yourself. It's great for learning. Because totally anonymous table without any hand histories, it sucks when you are learning the game. Because it's really hard to get data what you did. It's really hard to mark hands. Of course, you can always take a screenshot, but that's not the same. And the problem in anonymous tables when you don't get data from your opponent, sorry, when you don't get data of your opponent, then it's up to the site to catch bots and collusion. And to be honest, Runitonce is probably the only poker site where I trust them to care about bots and collusion at least a bit. Because I don't think any other site is really concerned. Yeah, sometimes they bust them, you get a small refund, but it's not as much as they take. And every time when we fight collusion and bots reactive, so they do the collusion and then we react, we never win the fight. It has to be proactive. Because reactive, let's say they run their thing for a month and they make $10,000. Then their account gets closed. But they have cashed out 8,000 of that. So they made 8,000 profit. They make a new account, run it for a month. They make 8,000 profit. The account is locked. Okay, they make a new one. 8 months, 1 month, 8,000 profit. So you see where it's going. I mean, if you suspend and froze an account of a cheater, he's going to make a new one. And then someone says that, oh you can't because you need IDs and verifications. I mean, I can find 10 people that will let me use their ID card to make an account if I give them $100. It cannot be that hard. And especially the poorer the country is, the easier it is to get someone to give you their account information. And I know how to stop botting and collusion. We're going to bluff here. Yeah. Small sizing. Oh, he cannot bet. Oh, he could. He bets 1/3 of the pot. So we do what we do. And very often the small sizing is very polarized and he just folds. And when he uses the small sizing, it gives us a great spot to make a raise with great odds. Solver doesn't attack those small bets, but I think the small bet is very unbalanced for most players. That's why you can attack those with a small raise and they just fold. If they had a check, they would bet bigger. He might actually raise me here back. And he donks. Wow. Let's go once. That's a scare card for him. Because either we hit the flop or then we hit the turn. And if you can ask for a river, then that is. And he has air and he's just giving up. Oh yeah, he was giving up. So he stabbed the flop. If he had anything on the flop, made hand or a bluff, he would think on the river. So when he just gives up the river after flop goes check check, he was just stabbing. So I think he's He has watched Jane Andes. Small sizing on paired boards, and then on 779 Rainbow donks, because it's a flop that we can lead with some of our hands, but very unbalanced. If he had a strong hand, he probably would check call and check raise. So that's the problem when you watch all the solver stuff, and then you just start to do it, which is not a good idea in my opinion. Because the whole idea of what solver does is to have balance in everything. It's like the Force in Star Wars, trying to restore the balance. So it's all about balance. But now, like how Charles is doing the things that Solver does, he's very unbalanced. So he uses Solver tools and Solver strategies, or so to speak, Solver weapons, but he uses them very unbalanced. So he's actually going to the wrong direction. He's doing more harm with those weapons than he would do with maybe some other strategy. Of course, I don't know. It might be lucky that 2 times he was at the bottom of his range. I don't know, but it looks like he's kind of sober dude who implements the strategies without the balance. Here we flop the top set, and he checks the turn. So we the flop, we have the best hand here always, but we have to bet the turn for protection. Table one, horrible flop. We have kings, but it's not enough. He had 7-5. Now let's join the casino. And I'm going to join for 101. Oh, Derante is having photo. That's the joke. Because Derante was saying on the not ones, on Nuts Racing Discord. So he was saying that he won a tournament or something, and then someone is saying that if you don't show a screenshot, you're bluffing. Oh, should we stack off here? It's interesting because we are blocking the 10, so the chance of having a king 10 is a bit lower. But if someone has something like ace jack king, they can definitely raise here. And I would call if Tanya raises, but if the button Cassie raises, who's a deeper, it's awkward. But betting works. People, in my mind, in general, overfold in 3-bet pots. So yeah, Geralt saying that he won a tournament or something, small tournament. And then someone said that if you don't post a screenshot, how do we know that you're not bluffing? And then I was saying that when bluffing, it's important that your story is believable. So if you want to bluff that you won a tournament, better make it a small one than Sunday Millions. And now Geraldo has a screenshot. I don't even remember because I made those levels before I even streamed on this channel. So I don't even know if anything comes. Oh, there's a Sith Lord that comes after 1000. I need to remake those ones. They are just something that came out on my mind, and I don't know if anyone knows, but the background picture that's never shown actually, because there's always tables. But there's a background picture. It's from the movie Judge Dredd, and I don't know if anyone even knows what Judge Dredd is. Maybe they're out there is old enough, but I was and I am a huge Judge Dredd fan. Oh, I didn't win on the casino. Yeah, I'm a huge Just Red fan. Here, let's just read out. We block our own outs. There's a flush draw. Let's thin the field. And if someone has a set of queens, they probably raise and we can get it in before some of the draws get there. And that's a nice turn. Let's just continue potting. And now he doesn't get odds with his flush draws unless he has a combo draw. And Jack then gets there. I think I'm check calling. Because he can bluff his missed flush draws. Check calling is better than betting unless he actually had ace jack. Yeah, he had ace jack 6-6 with the flush draw. So cut shot with the flush draw. Could have bluffed it. Who knows? But when I was building up the layout for the stream, I quickly noticed that it doesn't matter what theme or background you have because it's never visible. So it's more about just the overall color scheme and everything. But I heard that Netflix is doing a series of Judge Dredd. The last movie, Judge Dredd, where they went to the big block and there was Judge Anderson. Based on that, they are making a new series, mini-series of Judge Dredd. So, and if any one of you doesn't know what Judge Dredd is, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I don't even know where to start. Well, probably should Google Judge Dredd and find some old comics. You can find Judge Dredd comics in library, probably. Interesting flop versus very tight layer. I really don't know what to do. Now it's easier because we have the nuts. But I don't want to bet because if he raises, it's kind of spot where we sort of have to fold. And if he doesn't hit the, if we bet, we could get some value from Queen Jack type of hand. But he's very tight, so he's not making moves. Top two pairs with a cut shot. And now if Manuel bets, we're going to call. But he doesn't. Let's spot it. I don't think anyone has the straight. And we are blocking aces and queens, so the only hand that could give us a lot of problems is going to be pocket tens. Or balls to the wall. That's classic. But it doesn't, it's not there. It's added the queue, but it's not playing. What? It doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what is the problem. It says it's in the queue, but it doesn't. It doesn't play. Well, here we have the cut shot with the nut flush draw. Did our DJ system just broke? Oh, sorry. We met the nuts, by the way. Oh, fuck, what a river. If he bets, I'm going to fold. Yeah, nice hand. Here we have the nuts too. So let's try that again. Nasty river. Luckily we are in position. But if he bets, and he's aggressive, we are blocking the tens. Mm, the only hand he could have is queens. Oh man. He could have ace queen. Oh fuck. Ah! Yep, he had them. When the board pairs on runner, then pretty much the queens is the only hand that I'm worried about there. But the problem is that it's hard to find hands that he could bluff the river. If the board pairs to ace queen or 10, I would be really happy to fold, but there it's just ugh. And then I thought he could have some ace queen with cut shot or ace queen that pick up the flush draw. Nasty spot. And we're very close about folding. And then I thought for so long, and kind of situation where it's very unlikely that he has the full house, and it's very unlikely that he has the bluff. So it's battle of two unlikely situations. Yeah, I run almost as well as not raising. Not as well though. Some double suited fun here. And not flush draw versus type player. Let's start to extract value. And if we win with pair of fours, we are quite happy. Now when he calls the flop, I'm a bit worried. Now we should semi-bluff. Thought about checking, but we should have fold equity almost versus anything. And that's one weird ass donk on the river. But I have no reason to believe that side player turns hands into a bluff. He could make a bet fold with the straight or then just bet call. Well, when he just calls a turn versus his range, we had equity. And we had fold equity. Blows to the wall doesn't work. There's a problem in YouTube. It doesn't work. It's not playing. I don't know. You have to find another version. Here, now things go crazy. I'm trying to. I don't even know what to do on the river. Can he call with worse? No, he had the same straight. Oh fuck, he was calling with top pair and cut shot. Oh man. And calling the turn with the cut shot. Oh Felix. I think I'm going to love you. He's a good customer. And we have a cut shot. Let's draw. Ace 4 or 9. And not going to bluff him. If we had aces or kings, I would value bet here, but he's going to call from a jack. But he had a trip sevens. Oh man. Let's see what happens here. Let's 3-bet Trey. And we have two backdoor flush draws with the bottom pair. Now I lost my lucky chip. Where did it go? Fuck. There it is. Oh man, he bets big. Let's call once. Oh. Uh, we can represent aces with hearts very credibly here. He should fold even for pocket four, pocket deuces. Maybe he raises, he has the 5 and he check raises, thinking for a while, slow playing, and kaboom. What can we have besides full house? If he has kings with hearts, it's a bit harder decision. Yeah, he has the 5. He's not raising there anything but the 5. Oh man. Quads. Luckily we didn't have the aces. But I would probably fold even aces there. Then on demo 1 we ran into Tanya's set. It doesn't matter what you type if it goes to the same YouTube. The problem is on the YouTube version of the video. Because you have to find, I would say that go to YouTube and find all the versions, because the song request is going to make the search on YouTube. So if you type Bones to the Wall on YouTube, then song request is building the first hit. So you have to build up the second or third hit and then copy the YouTube link. So you have to copy the YouTube link. I'm going to do it myself because with the delay, I cannot wait. So I go to YouTube and then accept Bones to the Wall. And then we do this. And now it works. I just showed you how to beat the song request. We won those 2 big pots, and after that, it has been so quiet. I opened a couple of new PLO 20 tables. I hope we can switch one of those PLO 10s away. Because we are running hot today. And I don't even know what time is it. Okay, it's 40 minutes past midnight, so probably doing short period of time. Because I was planning to go fishing on the morning. But if I want to wake up on the morning, then I need to go to sleep a bit earlier. We missed the flop, but we can make moves versus tight ones. But he calls, so we're not making moves anymore. And could we bluff the river? If he checks, we can. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but it has to be an idea. It worked. Table 1, Tanya is giving us problems. It's a splash pot, huge splash, so I just try to steal, but Tanya raises. So he's hitting everything. And 2 pairs on a splash pot. Trey is an aggressive one. And let's bet for protection. Too bad we are probably, with the tens, we are blocking their calling range. So they work there as a blocker to straight draws that might call. And versus Tanya. I bet really small and just give him a reason to fold. Not sure if he's going to fold anything. He's a bit call happy player. He's going to win but he has 2 pairs or a flush. Or straight. He had a set. Queen 3 deuce. Oh, Tanya, you're making nice calls pre-flop and you're taking everyone's money. Kind of like PLO. Let's see what happens here. Almost a nice flop, not that nice. Now the question is how. And Manuel donks. I really don't know if I should even call here, because we have only 4 outs. But there are some turns like this one that will slow the action and we can see the river. So if we had there 20% on the flop, then it's fine. Weird. Does he have the set? Yeah. And Cody calls without the straight draw, without the flush draw. What the Cody had, he had a set of 9s. So there was only 1 9 in the deck. And no kings. So we had 1 out. So that call was not great on the flop. With 1 outer. And I'm going to sit out those PLO 10 tables. Let's change them to PLO 20s. Oh, this is a live version. Somewhat playable hand. And we win it pre-flop. So PLO then is where they respect your UTG raises. So if you ever wonder where are the states where they respect your raises, it's PLO 10 when you raise from UTG. Oh, nasty spot. Acro Ethan 3 bets here, and we flop bottom pair with flush draw and backdoor. Actually, two pairs. SPR2. Let's just get it in. We might be in a really bad shape, but when they both check, I don't think we are often in bad shape. And they both fold, which is nice. We win. Pretty decent pot. And now we could float him. Let's see his sizing. That tells often a lot about the hand string. And he checks. Oh, he's check calling. That looks tricky. I don't think he's check folding ace deuce deuce. Because he has been a bit aggressive on the first hands. So that looks like pot aces or something. Like there, when he's low plays, he didn't get anything. If he bets half a pot, I would raise and he gets value. Don't make fancy plays without a good reason. You often just miss value with your fancy plays. That's how it goes. Stick to basics, make money. Nice checks. Was about to see a free flop, but then Tanya, I don't know why he's not aggressive because he's calling with everything. I don't think he's folded any hand pre-flop. Oh man, should we? Not sure. But Ethan has been 3-betting tons. So he might wake up with aces, but he has 3-bet. Oh fuck. Ugh. It didn't work. With his slow played aces and blocking everything. Did we win? Oh my god, we suck out. Oh, nice slow play. That was actually nice. Oh, he didn't. He opened. He didn't even slow play. Let's add the jackpot first. $1. Oh, it's not $1, was it? No, it's 50 cents. We'll get some action for our races here. Oh, SPR1. Gotta close my eyes and shove. I don't like it. Are we even alive? Oh, we are alive. but we don't improve. Oh, he had 3 pairs. He's calling my fucking 4-bet with queen then 8. 8 of the same suit. I mean, oh fuck god. Now he probably has aces. No, he doesn't. And we have the set. I try to induce something. And he just folds. And big pot here. 150 BP pot and Petro calls with bottom 2 when I bet turn and river, representing a straight with blockers. That's why blocker plays doesn't always work. Oh man, he's calling with 10-3 when the board is queen jack 10 8-3 or something, and I bet 2 streets. and here Ethan 3 bets queen then 8-3 of the same suit and calls my 4 bet and hits 3 pairs. Oh, I wanna stack him off. And now my lucky chip dropped once again, and I don't know where it went. Oh, I have to play without my lucky chip. Oh boy. Oh, Ethan. And good evening, Morris. We are just about to end the session here. Let's see if we can stack off Ethan. All we need is a hit. Oh, there it is. Nice. How lightly he called us there. Jack then 2. So he called the turn with just a bottom pair. Oh dear. So he's calling with everything. So we don't ever bluff him. And we just value bet. Oh, now we have open ender and a cut shot. Then 7. Oh, too bad we don't make the straight. We need 5-3 or. But we have huge implied odds versus him. All we need is one hit. How far are we calling down him here? Oh, this is actionable. Can't stop. I was about to stop at around this time. Oh, Marcus, you don't have a million. Or actually 9 millions. I'm calling here with almost anything to catch the flop because he's going to keep his stack if we hit something. I mean, the implied odds are like here, he's just potting everything. So the implied odds are insane. Oh, he folded the river to his bet, but not folding to ours. I still can't get over of his queen then 8-3 monosuit hand. That's a nice turn. Did he calm down? Oh, he did. Okay, so he was just tilting for a few hands there, and now he's calming down. If there's a one spot where I would like to hit the set, it would have been here. He's three-betting everything here. Here, once again, Tanya spoils the plans. I was about to leave behind, see the flop for free. Let's play nice small ball poker, but Tanya always spots here, and then he has those weird ass hands. Weird player, VPIP 100, and doesn't want to see free flops. Definitely interesting flop. Um, we could even check here, but we have a bit of a calling station, and problem is if the ace comes, we're not super happy about it. So if we want to balance something, we could check there, but versus unknowns, nah, I'm just not going to do it. They shouldn't have aces, and then if they have ace queen, ace jack, or jacks, we can value. Visa had suits here with the queens, and now things probably go interesting. I'm going to call once. He should be worried about fast call. That's a nice river. Let's see. He probably has the flush decent amount of times. Like here. Yeah, flop. Just bluffing the flop. We flop the nuts here, and I'm just going to put it. We have two calling stations, and it's not the spot where anyone makes any bluffs. So if someone has a king or queen high flush, we get the stack. But they didn't have it. Some raising on jack 6-6. Because they bet a lot, and they cannot call enough. Oh, I don't want to stop the session because we have Ethan on the table. So let's continue as long as Ethan is there. And Then Morgan decides to 3-bet. Ugh. Well, there's a code. There's so much money in the pot. Oh, fuck me. Oh, this is horrible. He's very tight. Oh, I'm going to fold the bottom set. Oh, please show aces. Or even king jack. On table 4, we're going to lose a big pot here. Antonio has 3-bet. Or are we? Oh, he has ace 9-7. He had a king jack and he had a king jack. So he had a nuts with the retro and slow played it. Neither one of them had the aces, so we made sort of bad fold versus their hands. But as a results oriented, it was a good fold. But the one time when you think they have aces, here we have aces and we flop top 2. And here Ethan left. So we're going to close the session so I can get my sleeps. Trey, that's a weird slow play. In a 3-bet pot, he flops the nuts with a redraw and decides to slow play even the turn. I understand the flop, see the safe turn, but then he slow plays the turn. Doesn't make sense. And very tight player, that's... I mean, player who doesn't 3-bet, and then suddenly he wants to 3-bet, and then he has some rundown. Oh, Ethan came back. He was just reloading his stack back to 20. And there he's playing a big pot again. And here I fold Rainbow Kings to Sam's 3, Tanya's 3-bet. Tanya 3-bet, Sam cold calls. And results-oriented bad fold versus the range good fold. So same as with pocket tens. And now, oh, they have a queen. Oh, I think that fold cost us $40 or 40 euros. We can stack them both. Bummer. Oh, he has the queen. Please show 2 queens so I don't feel bad. And he had a king. Oh, man. Oh, what a spot. 40 euros. But yeah, you can afford Rainbow Kings there. Toby 3-bets. And we make top 2. We're stacking off SPR 5. I don't think he plays 10-9 that way. And he folds, which is nice. This is some weird ass music. The next set of kings. And we're 200 pips deep. No 3-bet with this hand. Let's stab the turn. And let's stab the river. Yep. Doesn't have straight often enough. Then some 3-bet mania. Pedro cold calls 3-bet. Tight player 3-bets. Connected enough to peel the flop. And the flop is decent. And we can bet quite small actually, because we have the top set. We don't have to worry about board pairing. But we have the third nuts. But no one has anything. Here and there before, Ethan is making money. Came back with 20 euros and now he has 30 already. Going bananas. Hand started promising ace-5 suited. Queens and tens. Let's make a 3-bet. And then Tanya 4-bets. Should we call or just get it in here? Versus aces, we have 40%. But can we be sure that he has aces? Because he has been 3-betting lot. Okay, let's just YOLO. But if he has ace high, well, 10 like this one, and then we would flop something really good on the flop. And flop is 3-3-7, and he shoves, and we fold the best hand, so we got it in with the best hand. That's why I shoved pre-flop, because he can have those ace-high rundowns. And then I would make a really bad fold on the flop. Now he hit the ace, but on the river we had queens, tens, jacks, and spades, so we had outs. But we're losing on table one, dropping down. Here Morgan 3 bets has been doing with. I'm actually going to put here. I don't think he has aces when he just checks the flop. He could have a random ace, but this could give him. Wow. Was he slow playing? We have only 9 outs. It's not enough. And now we're getting rolled on every table. Getting 3-bet everywhere, missing flops. We're going to the wrong direction. And I don't know where all these maniacs came up, but suddenly every hand on every table is a 3-bet one. And here and there before, Ethan hitting the rivers. Jarvis had a straight, Ethan had an open-ender or cut shot and caught the turn and makes the straight on the river. And actually, shouldn't even limp these hands because he's spotting everything now. He's on a roll. We're 100 pips deep, so we could just get it in here, depending who raises. Both of them call. We don't have fold equity on the turn. Can't make both of them fold. That's a nice river. And he had a jack 10-6 and slightly overplayed it. That is jackpot time. $1. Jackpot goes up to 33. And now we're 200 pp's deep with Ethan. Oh man. Very plus EV. Very variance heavy. Sometimes, often it comes that we have the nuts on the turn and he calls with some 20% draw. And either we win 90 euros or he wins 90 euros, whether he makes it or not. So it probably, unless we quit before that, it comes to that one hand where we slow play a little, make him committed, get it in, and he has an open end or a flush draw and either hits it or not. And if you didn't see earlier, we have 100 followers. Jackpot went up by $5 today for that. So the next stop is at 200 followers. And I was just thinking that does it take longer to get to 200 than it was to 100, or should it be faster? Oh man. This is one of those situations where we just call with aces, because if we 3-bet, we are so deep that if he 4-bets, we 5-bet, there's a lot of variance. And if he goes on 3-bet, our hand is face up. And I really don't want to take 90 euro flip with the aces here. Because if we 4-bet or 5-bet and he calls, it's going to be a flip in EV. So probably we're making profit on every table, and oh, it's over 1 a.m. already. I think it's about the time to end the stream and check was this the 11th or 12th profitable session in a row. I lost the count. But we run hard. I mean, we won an all in twice with a river 2-outer. Overpair versus set. This is an imp call when we have a 100 maniac who's spotting everything pre-flop, because I don't want to play a 3-bet pot hand. So even with double suited jacks, pretty much every hand that I'm playing here, I'm limp calling to pot control, because this happens so often. And should be a call. No, because Jarvis could 4-bet, and we are drawing to a set. We don't want to hit the flush. This would be a nasty. Well, now it would be slightly better. Oh. Someone's going to be a millionaire. Well, we have some distance to go until the jackpot is $1 million. Okay. I would really like the board to pair. It doesn't. We win this one. Yep. Are we deep with anyone? And we have aces. I mean, this is something I hate, but are we deep? 150 BPs only, okay. We have aces, even suited ones. YOLO, come on, fold. Oh, heads. Oh, everyone comes along. I wanted a heads up. Oh, come on, aces. One time. One time. Hearts. A lot of hearts. Ace! There's an ace on the board. Ace 5-5, we won. Did we? We won. We won. No chaps. I don't know how to pose. But that was 100 something, something, something. And ladies and gentlemen, here we had aces versus Ethan. And we hit the set and he just folds. Why doesn't he make moves there? That pot was 140 euros. And the aces, oh my god. That's a sick hold, ladies and gentlemen. 140 euros, and we hit it in with aces 5-way, and the aces hold. Oh. $2. And the action continues. Should we just get it in here? I think we can. No idea what Jalen does, but even if he has aces, we have double suited connected kings. Yeah, he has aces. So we should have want Ethan to come along. Bring that dead money. Yeah, oh, he is blocking our flush draw. Oh, fuck me. Ugh. So we cut it in a bad shape, but unknown player comes. Third hand, 3-bets. We cannot put him on aces. Just can't. And this is a hand I'm much more happier to 3-bet versus Ethan. Double suited would be better. But now when the flop comes, we know where we are. With those aces and kings, when we miss the flop, it's really nasty. And Kevin, is asking, have any schedule? I don't have, because every day is a new day. Oh. Every day is a new day because I don't know what my schedule for tomorrow is. And oh fuck, do I need to let this go? Or could I call once? Because if he has trips and the heart comes, then we are in a decent shape, but not on the turn. So we don't have a schedule because I don't know. I could say that yeah, I try to stream at 12 a.m. But if I'm sleeping or I wake up early, I go to fishing or something with the family, I have to make a dinner or drop someone to somewhere. So that's the problem. Every time when I make a schedule, it doesn't hold. Oh, we don't have the Twitter. Twitter is so I will always announce them on the what is this guy doing here? We are blocking ace and kings and the nut flush draw, so looks like a value. That was a nice splash. I will announce the streams on the Twitter or just put the notifications on so it will send an email. But the problem is that, at least for me on the Gmail, the Twitch notifications go to spam folder or the trash can, whatever its name is. I'm moving up to PLO 50 as soon as I have 650 euros. Anything over 600 is for PLO 50. So we might be actually after this one we are there. Here I need to barrel the river because I think he has the overpair and my jack is not good. He fold the kings. Come on, Tessa. Oh, he calls. What? We bluffed the river and we won. She had or he had. What in the world? Queen Jack 9 deuce. He called the. I don't even know. I don't know where to put this hand. Let me see if it works on weak side. He made a serious hero call on the river. Yeah, on the homepage the schedule is as messed up. Because I probably should just say that there's no schedule. Hand history is not supported, and my poker juice is not working, so I cannot put the hand there. What was the other converter that worked with Runitonce hands? DBA is to be announced. So I'm sorry for that. Here we flop the set and the flush draw, which is always nice. And then we pretty much have the best hand on the turn versus two, and one of them is a calling station. So let's just put it. Oh. So I need to put this hand. Let me ask on the Discord. And I'm sitting out everywhere because I'm trying to find this. The dude on table one Heel code with the bottom paired on. Best way is to put the notifications up, Kevin. Up there where there's a bell sign. Right where you follow the channel. I'm trying to reply on the chat. Oh, now sitting out everywhere. What? I want to convert the hand, but I need to use a credit card to sign up to the converter site. Oh, screw that. Well, you don't see, but he called with the bottom pair. That's all you need to know. I will probably keep that one. Yeah, you have to be here when the jackpot is triggered. And then the amount is shown there. Is a jackpot winner gets 75% and the 25% is left for the next jackpot. So now it's 35.90. So if I get a quad queens, then we would do the raffle, and anyone who has over 100 Q bucks, which is the currency of the stream, can buy raffle tickets for that one. And I don't know why it's so complicated, but every time Gerald is the only one who gets it, and he has won them all. So no one else gets it. It's always a huge confusion. You cannot download. You can just copy them to clipboard. So I have it. I'm probably going to save it to somewhere. So I'm going to save that hand history. Because I want to save that one. Interesting turn. I was about to give up on the flop, but then turn gives us top set with the cut shot, and Acro Danny decides to lead for a pot. Well, that looks like 7-8. Kind of fold. Now I don't understand what means can I have in Chrome. You can see the hand history here, and then you can copy this text to clipboard, but you cannot download the hand histories yet. And in Poker2 software, you can watch the hand histories, but my Poker2 is broken, and the support hasn't replied, so I cannot fix it. So I cannot show the hands there. Here, Ethan is doing what Ethan does, going bananas. Oh, I think he has the 8-9 with all those chat messages. If the guy calls and Ethan shows a bluff with all of those chat messages, I would be very surprised. All right, now we're 100 pips deep. Now we can go pre-flop crazy with aces. So let's write the variance. I don't know if I should. We have a cut shot, so should we just pot here? Let's get it in. Can't be too much behind if he has a hand, but oh, of course he has the set, and of course the board pairs. So here we have the quads versus short stack. Oh, fuck Ethan. We played 3 hands with Ethan. He's potting everything. He has pot last 60 and 100 hands before, like last hour and a half. He's been potting everything. And we have played 3 hands with him. And every time he has hit the board. Well, we won 140 euros, so cannot complain the run. And twice today we won with the river 2-outer, and twice we won kings versus aces pre-flop. So can't really complain, but it's just why do those maniacs hit the fucking nuts versus me every time? And then we made the straight on the turn, so it's a salt to the wounds. And Ethan is just hitting everything here. Yeah, the is always here, but that's the idea, that you have $2 for watching, and the jackpot is a reason to watch. So if nothing else, you can keep the stream open and listen when I start to scream about jackpot. But it has paid. You can see on the channel page how much Delalte has won on the jackpot, and he is around $80 up. So it has been worth. Watch the streams. Hitting a set here versus Tanya. That's a nice river because it's a blank, so let's go for value. Because it's not the card that he is going to bluff a lot. Or he shouldn't. He might, but he shouldn't. Ethan is rolling hot. Potting everything. Pre-flop. 100, 100, 100. Playing 100% of hands. Potting 100% of hands. Making a lot of money. He set out with 60 euros or something, or 40 euros beforehand, so sometimes these maniacs run really hard. I think Juan has to have aces. No, he has ace 5. What? Why do people tree bet crappy hands versus maniac, and then stack off with just the top pair? I mean, I don't get it. Well, it's not my money, but oh man, the worst thing you can do versus aggressive is start to tree bet ace 7 5 type of crap, and then stack off with top pair. Don't do it. What does Ethan do? Yeah, it would be fun if there's more people on the raffles, but I can't help it. The rules are rules. On Poker Strategy streams, we had this lucky dollar, which means that every time when I win Billboard, we made a raffle and someone won $1, and there's you didn't have to do anything, just show up. But the problem is that it's really hard to do. Oh, there's an interesting hand going on. He donks the flop. And he had a top pair and cut shot. And he makes the cut shot on the river. Oh man, well, why did I give him a free card? Yeah, because if we had it every time when I win a Billboard we raffle $1, then it would be a pain in the ass to maintain all the winnings and payouts and so on. Here we treat with, or was it just an open with aces? If he bets the river, I'm going to call because it's very polarizing. Yeah, he had two pairs, but he shouldn't bet those often. It looks like the action dies, and I've tried to stop the stream so many times, but every time I failed. But the jackpot is mainly for fun. It's a version. Oh, let's gamble here a bit. It's a version of the lucky dollar that was a trademark of Poker Strategy and Poker Mania streams that I did for a few years. So it's just a new version, and it's something that to keep up for the stream and those who watch the stream. So it's a reason to come back and watch. But it's very minus EV for me. I mean, I've given $80 to Geralt from my own pocket without from the stream. Haven't got anything. Well, maybe on the streamer promotion, I get something back. But it's fun. But now I think finally these are probably spots I should just fold these hands because now this happens. Tanya limp three bets, and we're so deep that I think I can even set mine. But I shouldn't be in these situations. Just fold those hands. There's €1 splash, and I thought that we could get see the flop for a limp, but then Tanya fucks up everything of my plans. So here we're going to pot versus Ethan. And now he limps. I think he's going to limp raise us very often. No. How bad the hand needs to be for him to limp call? Because he has bought last 100 hands. And here we are in nasty situation versus aggressive, who calls the flop and bets the turn. I need to call this one. We are blocking the 9. We have a king high flush. And he has ace 7-4-3 monotone. These aggressive players are just owning me, and now I don't know what happened to Ethan, but he's limping everything. That's a nice flop. Last time he went bananas on ace high board versus 3-bet. I'm going for value here, because he might make a loose call. He did call us earlier with bottom 2 pairs when we represented really strong hand. Oh, crazy shit going on. But the games are so wild that I can't sit out. And I'm going to show you the strength of my willpower, and I'm going to sit out on the next big blind, no matter what. Actually going to leave uh, leave all tables, because I don't want to see it. It happened to me on PLO 50. Oh, what a flop. Happened to me on PLO 50 that I sat out on the big blind. Didn't leave the table, just sit out. And the next hand it was 1000 BB splash, 500 euros on the pot, and I was sitting out. So I don't want to see that happening. Of course, it's logical to sit down on the big blind when you close the session, but it was nasty that I sit out and next hand there's 500 euro added money on the pot, and I'm sitting out. So I don't want to see that happening. So let's sit out. Okay, Ethan is doing here. Now he pots the turn probably. Yep. Oh, that's a nice river. Because now the chance of him having a king goes down a lot. And he had pocket fours for total airball. Oh, didn't have time to say nice hand. Yeah, here there's 101 railback. And with the streamer promotion, you can get 100. And on Runitonce, the railback is 50%, but it's in a splash money, which is all these yellow chips or golden chips. So it's a bit strange. But if you play PLO, then Runitonce is definitely worth checking out, because you get a deposit bonus up to 600 euros. And The thing is that you can clear it as long as you want. I made a mistake and deposit only 140 euros with my first deposit. And that's one of the most stupid things I have done over the years, because I should have deposited 600, because you can clear the bonus even for 10 years if you like. So it's like 25% rate back for a long time. So I don't know why I deposited a small. As soon as I made it and realized that, oh shit, I cannot do it more than once, it really sucked. Would Brandon bluff here? I don't think. Yeah, you get a better railback when streaming. You get it's a bit weird. They say that you get 50% with tier 1, which is that you stream at least 20 hours and you get at least 200 viewing hours. They say you get 50%, but it's only 50% of the remaining 49% that's after the splash money. So in reality, it's 24.5%. So it's a bit complicated, but yeah, if you stream more and you get more viewing hours, then you get 75 and then 100. But I would say that if you stream only for the railback, it's not going to work. You're not going to do it often enough, long enough. So just to stream for that is a bad idea. But if you like streaming like me, I would probably even do it without any promotions. You can still get some bonus. So it's just an extra. So in the end, if I get that 100 euros after a month, I'll take it. Yeah, from Sweden, I think you cannot play at the moment, which kind of sucks. They are working on all the countries, but Sweden they have their own Svenska spel. So you probably cannot play on any foreign site at the moment, I think. And actually in Finland, they are probably going to do some kind of blocking. In Finland, it's not illegal to play outside, but the national monopoly is lobbying to have some kind of blocking, and most likely they are blocking the money transaction. IP blocks doesn't work. They tried that in Norway, or blocking the money transfers. It doesn't work. But what they can do is that they can somehow block the plane, and then the sites will just say no to Finnish players. So it's not illegal if I play with VPN on the other side from Finland. At that point, I wouldn't go to jail. But the sites doesn't accept Finnish customers probably at some point. So I don't know why. They try to put all the players to play their games, but it doesn't work. Some recreationals just stop playing. Some use foreign sites anyway. I don't know. I don't know why. Or I don't understand why some countries ban online gaming for good. I mean, it's a money making machine. I don't know why in Finland they doesn't give access to all the possible gaming sites, and just say that anyone who wants to offer and advertise their games in Finland, you have to pay a certain amount of your profits to us. Now we have only the national monopoly who is very aggressive in marketing, and it's weird. They have I don't say they have bribed, or it's pretty much they have bribed the government. Because in Finland, of all the money that the national monopoly does from gaming and gambling, after all the expenses, it has to give all the money in sort of charity. But out of that money, most, like hundreds of millions per year, are going to political organizations where they're often tied to the members that are in politics. So it's easy for them to say that, okay, if you support us having a monopoly, we can give your foundation 50 million this year. And no one is going to criticize the monopoly because they get money for keeping their mouth shut. We have 22,000 slot machines in Finland, and 99% of them are in normal supermarkets. In capital, Helsinki, there's 2 shops in the whole fucking Helsinki. There's almost 600,000 people living in Helsinki. And in the whole Helsinki, there's 2 shops where you don't have slot machines. In the whole Helsinki. So if you are a gambling addict, you cannot go to shop without going past a row of slot machines. And it's allowed because no one criticizes. It's said in the law that they cannot use aggressive marketing. I would say that when I'm in the shop and they announce in the speakers every 15 minutes that please buy a jackpot raffle ticket. Did you heard we have a new raffle ticket? Please buy. That's aggressive. Or when I go to shop, there's the line that goes forward where you put the things you want to buy. When they write to that did you remember to buy a lottery ticket? That's aggressive. And then they have these news on all the national newspaper. Every time we have the national lottery on Saturday at, I don't remember, 9 p.m. or something. Every Saturday at around 5 or 6 or 7 p.m. the national newspaper make a news about some former lottery winner. It's just an accident that it's always 2 hours before the lottery is done. So they do this kind of shit, and they have the monopoly, and now they are trying to block. Actually, the reason why poker strategy, the Finnish community there was shut down, was because of our national monopoly. I was working then on poker strategy. I was their poker school coordinator, and I was quite happy. I was studying then, and it was a nice job that I could do while studying. And the Finnish casino site is Veikkaus at the moment. It's not a svenska spell, but Finnish. So the problem is that I get a call from my boss that we were shut down, and I was like, yeah, nice joke. And he said that, oh, Puff is from Åland. That's weird thing. Åland is part of Finland, but it's a lonely island outside Finland that has their own. They are allowed to hold Puff there. So it's like Veikkaus, but only in Åland. So poker strategy Finnish community was shut down, and I was like, how can it be? Because the Finnish community on poker strategy was the most active on all the meters. Compared to player or the member number, it was most active by far. We had a real good community. And then he said, yeah, it's shut down. And I found that the reason is that poker strategy made a deal with company that owned Playtech, which is the provider for iPoker software. And Veikkaus, or that one is Ray, R-A-Y. Now it's called Veikkaus. Veikkaus was making a huge deal with Playtech about their new casino software worth 10 million or so. So they used that to leverage. They said to Playtech that we will make the deal with you, but you have to shut down poker strategy Finnish community. And poker strategy Finnish community was not even competitor to Veikkaus. They didn't offer any games, but they didn't want people to play on non-Finnish sites. So they actually did, and I think that's a fucked up thing. They shut down the best poker community I have ever been because they could. Not because it threatened their business or affected their business. They just did it because they wanted to be assholes. So they shut down one of the best and most active communities ever. So just like that, it was shut down. And on Poker Strategy, there's no Finnish community at the moment. Yeah, and then they merged the poker pool with Austria. I don't know why that. It's. I think that I've actually worked for them. I was a blackjack dealer on local bars for 3 years or so, 3.5 years. But it's only in this spring and summer there has been some criticism towards them. Like now the athletes who get supporting money from Veikkaus. Veikkaus gives around, now it's probably close to 800 millions a year to the sports and arts and political communities and foundations and side. So now the athletes have been saying that we don't like the idea that, or some artists say that we don't like the fact that our art is supported by the money of addicts. And let's see where it goes. But they are now trying to make a block, so might be that within 2 years you cannot play from Finland. So who knows? But yeah, that's about ranting. Let's go to sleep. Let's see what was the results. Oh, 130 euros. So we have money for PLO 50 when I'm feeling brave enough. So in 11 sessions, bankroll went up from 170 to 655. So almost 500 profit in 11 sessions, and that 140 euro splash helped. But yeah, without that, it would have been a break-even session. So that's nice. Have a good night. I'm going to sleep now too. So I will see you. I will see you later. And tomorrow, maybe we do a PLO Visions. So follow the Twitter, put the notifications on, or watch Discord on Runitonce channel. Thanks everyone and have a good night. Bye bye.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.